Hi everyone, so welcome to the new video in the geography series. In the previous one, I have already explained you that what are your expectations or what could be your expectations from this particular series, lecture series that we are conducting on this particular channel on geography. Uh, I hope you have checked that video. In case you have not, you should, because that will give you a clarity on that after doing the foundational topics which we have already covered in greater depth along with the previous year questions of prelims, how are we going to proceed, syllabus and everything, requirements, content, how do we match it, I have already given you. So now let's start with the major topic that we have to cover, and with this we'll start wherever there would have been like previous year questions asked in the mains stage also, we will be seeing them related to the topics along with the prelims of course. So let's do the first topic in that, और हम जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी कर रहे हैं of course, जो आपका physical geography है उसका ये major topic है. The topic for today is interior of the earth. Now this is I am going to do all the topics in good detail, I would say. Not very great because हमें optional नहीं करना है, but of course decent enough from the perspective of general studies. So within this we'll see all the multiple dimensions that we need to see about in the process of geomorphology. When we talk about the interior of the earth, now before even we understand that how the earth's interior looks like, we actually need to figure out the main reason that why there is a need to study the interior of the earth. So the first subheading you can give in this is that why to study the earth's interior. This should be the first question that should come to the mind before knowing that what exactly lies in the earth's interior and then what have we derived out of that. But first the idea should be why. That is pretty obvious. So we have also seen in the earlier video, one of the earlier videos, while introducing you to the basic concepts, that the earth's interior gives you three major you could say the subparts or the layers. Okay, so we have talked about, I am not giving you all the details right now because that's a separate topic. The outer one अभी के लिए आप समझोगे crust, then उसके अंदर में आप समझोगे mantle, उसके अंदर में आप समझोगे core. ठीक है, ये हो गया अर्थ का सेंटर, तो ये हो जाता है बेसिकली आउटर कोर एंड देन दिस इज योर इनर कोर. सो ये एक बेसिक लेयर आप समझ सकते हो. इफ यू वांट यू कैन ऑल्सो हैव द डायग्राम लाइक दिस. Something like this in a 3D format which will help you understand that. Something like this. So if we see the intersection, so we will have the outer layer as the crust. This is a very layman thing I am giving you because there are multiple details to it. You will come across the terms like lithosphere and asthenosphere. So for the time being, let's not get into that. Otherwise, we will not be able to finish the topic that we are actually targeting for today. That is a section to be done in the next classes. So outer core and the inner core. So crust, mantle, outer core and the inner core. ये एक अभी के लिए आप रफ समझोगे, ठीक है, Earth's interior को लेके. Now the idea is that what is the purpose of studying this? You know, why should we do that? So the study of these layers and what is the composition, what is the structure, etc. It helps us to understand about that how the Earth's shape, the present shape has been evolved, the current shape has been formed, surface कैसा है Earth का, क्यों है ऐसा, and what could be the possibilities in the future also. So let's understand a few reasons why do we study about the Earth's interior. One reason that you can study in this is about because it helps us to understand, or the study of Earth's interior helps us to understand the following. सबसे पहले क्या चीज़ समझ में आएगी हमें about the Earth's surface. And I have given you the section from NCERT where I am taking up these topics. So this is class 11, Fundamentals of Physical Geography. The first section was done on related to the origin of universe and solar system and all of that. वो chapter हम कर चुके हैं. That was the second chapter of the book. So this is the third chapter of the book. So firstly, it helps us to understand about the Earth's surface. Because Earth का जो surface है, that has been formed by different processes. इसको भी हमें लैंड फॉर्म्स में करना है. One is your endogenous processes, which is the processes which are happening within the earth or which happens within the earth. Endo, अंदर में, ठीक है. Another set of processes that affects the earth's surface are the exogenous, which happens on or above the earth's surface. बट ये तो ठीक है, ये तो एक्सटीरियर है, तो इस पर बाद में बात करेंगे. बट द होल आइडिया अबाउट हियर इज दिस एंडोजेनस, और यू कैन से दिस इज विद इन द अर्थ. नाउ द प्रोसेसेस विच टेक्स प्लेस विद इन द अर्थ, फॉर एग्जाम्पल देर आर प्रोसेसेस लाइक, इफ यू से प्रोसेसेस लाइक folding, faulting, etc. All of these terms I'll explain you in the subsequent classes, which results in, let's say, the formation of mountains or plains, etc. So it helps, the study of the earth's interior helps us to understand that what are the things lying on the earth's surface and why has that happened, or what has resulted in the formation of those things. So endogenous and exogenous जियोलॉजिकल प्रोसेसेस, जिसकी वजह से अर्थ का सरफेस बनता है और हमें इसकी स्टडी से मदद मिलती है. सो दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द मेजर रीजन्स टू अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट द अर्थ्स इंटीरियर. नेक्स्ट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रीज़न वुड बी टू अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट द फिजियोग्राफिक character of a region. This is actually related to what we just did right now, the endogenic processes. So because of the effect of endogenic process, जैसे हमने देखा ना कि processes like folding on faulting will result in, let's say, the formation of mountains. तो अब हमें क्या पता चल जाएगा? So the processes are like folding or faulting and the resultant is the, let's say, mountain or plains or lakes, etc. So those are the things that gives you the physiography of a region, कि उसके physical characteristics क्या हैं. So that character of a region would also be known due to the effects of endogenic processes. And why it is important to know the physiographic character of a region? Because this is what influences the human life. For example, if there is a mountainous region or a plain region or a desert region, so anything for that matter which is present on the earth's surface, the human life, the settlement depends on that. कि जो लोकेशन है उसी पर तो ह्यूमन सेटलमेंट डिपेंड कर रही है. अकॉर्डिंगली यू विल हैव, बिकॉज देयर आर डिफरेंसेस इन वेजिटेशन एंड क्लाइमेट एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट ऑल्सो. सो इट रिजल्ट्स इन योर कि ह्यूमन पॉपुलेशन कितना, एनिमल पॉपुलेशन कितना है, और ह्यूमन लाइफ के ट्रांसपोर्ट कम्युनिकेशन कैसा होगा, सेटलमेंट कैसा रहेगा, कम्युनिटी किस तरह से फॉर्म होगी. देयर आर मैनी एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ द ह्यूमन लाइफ, बोथ योर ह्यूमन जोग्राफी, इकोनॉमिक जोग्राफी, फिजिकल जोग्राफी, ऑल ऑफ दैट वुड बी कवर्ड अंडर दैट. सो फिजियोग्राफिक कैरेक्टर तो जानना ज़रूरी है कि माउंटेन है कि नहीं, प्लेन है कि नहीं. एंड वो कैसे बनते हैं? वो बनते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ द इफेक्ट्स ऑफ द एंडोजेनिक प्रोसेसेस. और एंडोजेनिक प्रोसेसेस कहाँ से होते हैं? वो अंदर होते हैं अर्थ के. आई होप यू आर एबल टू रिलेट दीज फैक्टर्स. The third major reason we can cover is that the study of the Earth's interior helps us to understand important geophysical phenomena. ये आपको दिया भी था, मैंने सिलेबस में दिखाया था. जियोफिजिकल फिनोमेना को लेके यू हैव द सिलेबस. फॉर एग्जाम्पल फिनोमेनाज लाइक अर्थक्वेक्स, अभी हम देखेंगे आगे. द होल सेक्शन विल डील विद दैट अर्थक्वेक से रिलेटेड पॉइंटर्स, वोल्केनिज्म से रिलेटेड पॉइंटर्स. सो वोल्केनिक इरप्शंस हो गए, एट्सेट्रा. ये सब हमें पता चलता है, इनको हम स्टडी कर पाते हैं अगर हम अर्थ के इंटीरियर को स्टडी करते हैं. बिकॉज दीज आर द थिंग्स दे कम और दे हैपन फ्रॉम और दे कम फ्रॉम deep below the earth's surface. So when we further continue this topic, earth's interior, उसमें जब हम बात करेंगे on the topic of earthquakes and volcanoes, so you will be able to relate this better, because the earthquake takes place because of the movement of the tectonic plate, then in kind of energy is released, because of that waves are there, and that shaking of the earth is what we consider as the earthquake. Volcanic eruptions, we know that there are passages जिसको हम vents बोलते हैं, जो कि टेक्टोनिक मूवमेंट से क्रिएट होते हैं, और उसमें से फिर आपके अर्थ के अंदर से बिल्कुल ही मैग्मा जो है बाहर आता है और बाद में लावा बन जाता है. सो ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स विच आर हैपनिंग, और द अर्थक्वेक और द वोल्केनिक इरप्शंस, एज आई जस्ट टोल्ड यू, द जियोफिजिकल फिनोमेना, दे आर कमिंग फ्रॉम डीप बिलो द अर्थ्स सरफेस. सो दैट ऑल्सो हेल्प्स इन द स्टडी ऑफ the earth's interior also helps in the study of these things. Next is about the internal structure of similar objects in solar system. Like if we talk about, because when we have seen the origin of the universe or the planets etc, so we know कि solar system में ऐसे बहुत से objects हैं जो कि जिनका formation जो है that has happened or that have been formed from just a single nebular cloud, right? Formation from a single nebula which was a cloud of dusts and gases. So if let's say there are multiple things, if it is formed from one particular nebula only, so they will have the similar characteristics. So, and now we are not able to explore the entire solar system, that is very difficult. So most of these things are going to be similar to Earth because their mode of formation has been very similar. So if we understand about the interior of the Earth, we will also understand about many of the related things present in the solar system, because they will somehow be related to the Earth only, or let's say the formation has been kind of very similar to the Earth only. So that will also be kind of a study which will help you do that. Then we have already seen the development of the atmosphere. We have talked about various gases present there. So evolution and present composition of atmosphere, ये भी हमें समझ में आता है बिकॉज ऑफ द अर्थ्स इंटीरियर. अब आप बोलोगे अर्थ इंटीरियर की वजह से एटमॉस्फेयर कैसे समझ में आ जाएगा? Now you know that the atmosphere consists of various important components, gases, like you have oxygen, carbon dioxide, ozone, etc. So all of these components have the core existence, or the basis of the existence of these components is due to the volcanic eruptions. जब हम पढ़ेंगे तो आपको ज़्यादा समझ आएगा. Due to the volcanic eruptions. And वो कहाँ से आता है? वो तो interior of the earth से ही आता है. So that will also be helpful. Then you will also, let's say, talk about earth की जो magnetic field है, earth's magnetic field. अब यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि जो आउटर कोर है अर्थ का, वहाँ पे कुछ करंट्स चल रहे होते हैं. दे आर नोन एज कन्वेक्शनल करंट्स. Because of that, there is a formation of magnetic field. I'll take this topic also separately in some or the other video later. Now this is very much important because it protects our atmosphere from the harmful solar wind. And because this magnetic field is the result of convectional currents in outer core of earth. So therefore it is very much important, and core is an aspect, or let's say a component of earth's interior part only. वो तीनों में ही count हो जाएगा, one of the layers. So it is very much important कि हमको earth की magnetic field का भी पता चले, because ये क्या करेगा? protect करेगा. किस चीज़ को? earth के atmosphere को. कहाँ से? harmful solar wind से. Therefore, to know about the Earth's magnetic field is of immense significance, and the study of Earth's interior also helps you do that. And one other major reason we can study, जो कि हमें Earth के interior से समझ आती है, that is about the minerals. Okay. Now, because of the volcanic activities, there are many minerals which are brought on the surface of the Earth. ठीक है. For example, you let's say talk about diamond. So एक और reason हो जाएगा आपका mineral exploration. So for example, let's say you talk about diamonds which are formed deep below Earth's surface, but because of the volcanic eruptions or volcanic activities, they are brought on the Earth's surface. So volcanic activities bring them on Earth's surface, and many such minerals जो कि हमें स्टडी में हेल्प करती हैं, अंडरस्टैंडिंग में हेल्प करती हैं of the whole energy resource system. So these are several reasons. There will be n number of other reasons also, but some of the major reasons why we can study कि हमें अर्थ के इंटीरियर को जानना क्यों ज़रूरी है. So here I have answered the question that why is it important to study the Earth's interior. In the next video what we will talk about is that ये जो अर्थ इंटीरियर हम देख रहे हैं इसका क्या डिटेल कॉम्पोजिशन है, ये तो अभी बहुत थोड़े बाद में आएगा. बिकॉज टू रीच टू दिस पॉइंट देर आर मेनी अदर्स सब टॉपिक्स दैट यू शुड कवर एंड यू शुड नो. सो After this topic, that why do we study this, we need to understand that how do we study this, right? I mean, what are the sources which will guide you or help you to study the interior of the earth? So that is the topic for next class. In every class, what I will now try to do is to link what we are doing presently and what we are going to do in the next class, so that you understand it like a story. Geography shouldn't be just like a heavy thing to you, that you feel burdened and you're not getting that interest and you're not able to understand things properly. And that is why the whole idea is to make shorter videos but crisp videos, so that you get the content very precisely and clearly. Now, if let's say in the mains, if they ask you the question, let's say, why is it important to study the interior of the earth, or why is the study of the earth's interior essential, etc., any such kind of questions, you have got at least 7 points to write from here. Even if you elaborate it in 2 to 3 lines with the help of a diagram and something, with a good introduction and conclusion, you are going to fetch the 150 or let's say 250, just be words ka hoga, accordingly you are going to fetch a good mark for that. So similarly, we'll try to do these topics in the similar manner. Hope these sections are helpful to you. Please do like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to check the environment series also. Thank you so much. See you in the next one. Bye bye. Take care.